CEO succession is an incredibly difficult problem. But there's one core rule that you need to remember when you're thinking about it, and that is that the next CEO of your business needs to come from the center of the business. Well, what do I mean by that? First of all, 85% of all CEOs come from inside, not outside. So while there are these fancy recruiters that bring in CEOs all the time, almost all CEO successions come from somebody already inside your business. Why? Because they know the culture, they know the technology, they know the market, and their probability of success is materially higher than somebody from another company, even if they're in the same industry. So the CEO that's going to take over your company is somebody working for you right now. The next is that they need to be in a position where they get the right exposure in the organization, which means they've got to be in a critical role today to get the exposure they need to take over the job tomorrow. That means COO, Chief Sales Officer, Chief Financial Officer, a significant role where they get a scope of the organization and they're in the management team that makes the decisions about the future of the business. The other element to think about is what is the problem that your company is facing? If you're facing a problem around managing costs and operational excellence, the center of the business is in either finance or operations, and therefore, more likely than not, the CEO should come from one of those two functions. If the critical issue in the business is growth, then more likely than not, your CEO should come from either marketing or sales, because that's the core problem and they need to understand it best. And in fact, companies that take this line of thinking perform better than companies that don't. So if the final thing to think about is when you look at your management team, who on your management team is capable of succeeding you? Now, if you think about every executive slot as a development job for the potential CEO, if you have 7 slots and all of them are blocked by people that have no chance of ever succeeding you as the CEO, you need to make some changes and put some young, fresh blood in one of those slots or 2 of those slots so they get the experience they need to be promoted when the time comes. So, thinking about CEO replacement, they got to come from the center of the business. Depending on the kind of problem you've got, it comes from a certain function within the business. And if you don't have the right people in your executive team today, you need to make some changes to get some candidates in place.